All right, we're back. Okay, what I want to talk about on this video is I want to ask you a question. Now, this question is not meant to be offensive in any way, shape, fashion, or form, but it is one of the streams of income that you would create while becoming an online entrepreneur, and that's speaking. So a lot of people are terrified of speaking, so don't worry about that. I was too initially, but you get better, and then you take some classes from different places and you get better, and you go through more experiences and you get better. So it's just part of the process, but that doesn't have to be the first thing that you do as far as generating an income from your online endeavor. But it's just an option later, or an option now if you're comfortable with it. But what I want to ask you is that if you had to speak on a topic for 15 minutes, 15 minutes is not a long time, what topic would you speak about? Are you versed enough or informed enough to speak for 15 minutes about any subject? Well, if not, what about 10 minutes? Could you do 10 minutes? I'm talking to you. Could you do 10 minutes? And what would you talk about? Well, I mean, what would be the title? What would be the topic of what you're talking about? Because see, that's a good place to start as far as how your knowledge is on a certain thing. If you have one or two things that you could talk about for 15 minutes, great. Maybe three things, great. But if you only have one and you can talk for an hour or two, then that makes you an expert on that topic, right? Because you know all there is to know about that particular topic, which is great. That's exactly what you want to have accomplished at the end of your journey in line with that particular topic. But you're going to know a lot about a lot of different topics because you're going to be doing research in the online business. You're going to run across things that you hadn't really thought about that, I want you to see my shirt, Under Armour, I like that. But you're going to run across things that you hadn't really thought about that you didn't know went in conjunction with what you liked, what you were studying, what the topic was that you were talking about, right? So now you got other things to share. And another thing that's very effective when you're talking in front of an audience is to create stories, strategic stories that you implement or insert at certain parts of your topic or your conversation, right? Now those stories may last 2 or 3 minutes, sometimes 7 or 8 minutes, just depending on how long you're going to talk. But you still want to get the bullet points in about the topic that you're going to talk about, right? Now, it's not really so much that people can't really do that as it is that the effect that standing in front of a crowd has on them, on their persona, right? Sometimes they just freeze, can't do anything. Sometimes they sweat profusely, right? It's like they can't stop sweating. I was one of those people. Yes, I was. I admit it. I was one of those people. I don't know what it was, but something, my anxieties just took over. But, through trial and error, because this is what I knew I wanted to do, I had to get past that. I had to, hey, that's just part of it. And, now with Zoom, it's a lot easier because you just on camera. You're not in an audience unless they clear up the coronavirus. And I don't see that happening anytime soon. So, just get more acclimated to being in front of the camera because you're going to be uploading your videos to YouTube, right? You want to create a YouTube channel because that's where you want to house your videos, right? Oh, that's free. You can do that for free. You just want to be able to monetize that process. And, we'll go into that later in other videos. But I wanted to ask you again, what if you had to speak for 15 minutes about a topic that you're familiar with, what topic would you speak about? And if your answer is, I don't have a topic, decide on a topic today that you want to learn about, that you can speak for 10 or 15 minutes about and experience that. You don't have to speak in front of a crowd, just speak, out loud to yourself. Just, you know, create a place or a space for yourself where you can rehearse, because you got to rehearse, right? You got to get familiar with where you want to say what you want to say, right? You don't just jumble everything together. You want it to read like a story that you're telling, so that people can ooh and ah and get it. I understand, right? You want that effect coming from the audience that you're speaking with. So think about that. Leave a comment in the, leave a answer in the comments of what it is that you want to speak about. And do that. Go and create a process for you to actually learn enough about a specific topic that you want, that you come up with, that you want to learn about, that you can speak for 10 or 15 minutes on it. And I guarantee what it will do, it will open up other doors in your mind as to what's possible for you based on your knowledge of that one thing. That's how it works. That's what it's created to do, is to spark another idea and another idea and another idea, and you grab onto that idea and go for a while with that. And if once that starts to generate money, or if it doesn't start to generate money, then you go to something else. But you still have that knowledge, because everything is not going to make money, you know, and everything is not about money. Sometimes your curiosity will just pull you over there, and you're like, wait, let me find out a little bit more about that animal there, or that species there, that underwater creature right there. I've never heard of that, right? And that's how we learn. See, and as you learn new things, your brain starts to wire new ways. That's really how it works. As you learn new things, other possibilities open in your mind that you didn't know about. That's why a lot of times they want to keep you illiterate, so that you know your ability or your knowledge base is very limited. And when your knowledge base is limited, your options are also limited. And you don't want that. You want options in life. You want options. So think about that and get back. I'll get back with you guys on the next video. Thanks again for stopping by. I got more videos to make, so stay tuned.